Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of Unpack Stories, the space where we peel back the layers of relationships that shape us most, our families. I'm really glad you're here today with me. Whether you're listening on your commute, or while you're cleaning, or just having a moment for yourself. Thank you for joining me. Today, we are diving into something that every single one of us has lived through in one form or another. Family dynamics. The unspoken rules, the roles we fall into, the patterns we inherit, the love, the tension, the chaos, the comfort, all of it. Families are complicated. They can be our greatest source of strength, and also they can be a place where some of us or some of our deepest wounds begin. And the truth is, most of us are still trying to make sense of the stories we grew up inside of. So today, I want to unpack some of those stories. Mine, yours, the universal ones, and explore how they shape who we become. You know, every family has roles, even if nobody ever says them out loud. They're there. There's the responsible one, there's the rebel, there's the peacemaker, there's the golden child, there's the forgotten one, the emotional caretaker, the one that holds everything together, the one that blows everything up. And what's wild is that most of us don't choose these roles. They are assigned to us before we even know what's happening. Maybe you were one of those always had to be the strong one, right? Maybe you were the one who made everyone laugh to keep the peace. Maybe you were the one who learned to stay quiet because speaking up didn't feel safe. And the thing about these roles is that they follow us into childhood, into friendships, into relationships, into the way we show up at work, into the way we parent, into the way we love. So I want you to think for a moment. What role did you play in your family? And more importantly, is that role still running in your life today? Families pass down more than genetics. They pass down stories, beliefs, fear, expectations, patterns. Maybe you grew up in a family where emotions weren't talked about, or a family where everything was talked about loudly. Maybe you grew up with parents who were doing their best but carrying their own unhealed stuff. Maybe you grew up in a home where love was abundant, or a home where love had conditions, you know, wherever your story is, it didn't start with you. And that's both comforting and frustrating. Because on one hand, it means you're not broken, you are patterned. On the other hand, it means you have to decide whether you want to keep carrying those patterns with you for the rest of your life forward, you know. And this is the part where a lot of us start waking up. We start noticing the things we do automatically. We start questioning the beliefs we never choose. We start realizing that some of the things we call personality are actually survival strategies. Let's talk about the duality of family. Right? Family can be the place where you feel safest, where you are known, where you are held, where you are understood without having to explain yourselves, you know. But family can also be the place where you feel the most misunderstood, the most unseen, the most judged, the most triggered. And sometimes, and this is the hardest part, both of those things can be true at the same time. You can love your family deeply and still feel hurt by them. You can appreciate what they gave you and still acknowledge what they couldn't. You can be grateful and still be healing. Family isn't simple. It's layered. It's messy. It's human. One of the most powerful things any of us can do is to break the cycle. Maybe it's the cycle of silence. Maybe it's the cycle of anger. Maybe it's the cycle of pretending that everything is fine. Maybe it's a cycle of putting everyone else first. Maybe it's the cycle of shrinking yourself to keep the peace. Breaking a cycle doesn't mean blaming the people who came before you. It means choosing differently. It means saying, this pattern ends with me. The story doesn't get passed down. I'm allowed to grow beyond what I came from. And breaking cycle is not glamorous. It's not a single moment. It's 1,000 tiny choices. It's also uncomfortable. It's emotional. It's lonely sometimes. But it's also liberating. It's healing. And it is powerful. It's the beginning of a new story. And especially for your kids, you know. And here's the truth. You don't have to keep living inside the story you were handed. No. You get to rewrite it. You get to decide what family means to you now. You get to choose the people who feel like home. You get to set boundaries. You get to redefine love. You get to create connections that feels healthy, not heavy. And rewriting story doesn't mean erasing your past. No. It simply means understanding it, honoring it, learning from it, and then choosing what comes next. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you for being willing to explore the complicated, beautiful, painful, powerful world of family dynamics. If today's episode brought you memories, emotions, or reflections, that's okay. That is a part of the unpacking. And remember, you are not defined by the role you were given. You are not trapped in the patterns you inherited. You are not limited by the story you were born into. You get to grow. You get to heal. You get to choose as well. This is Unpacked Stories. I'm grateful for you. I am rooting for you. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.